And the one over there so missing too.
Lower productive.
Hey people,
Hi everyone.
welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Yes. So today, Kadeem, you want to go ahead and tell them the topic?
This one is a little spicy, or can get a little spicy. Workplace relationships. Let's pause a moment. Let it sink in. Workplace relationships.
Yeah. And is that a yay or a nay? Before we go no further, the name of them dog are back.
Yes, they must be hungry.
Yes, I don't know what over here, so pardon them, pardon the knives, but you know they're real Jamaica this.
Right.
Yeah, I think I know. But anyways, carry on. Yay or nay to workplace relationship? What do you think? Here's what I think. I think workplace relationships are a nay. Point period blank.
Like, no matter what, like, none at all.
Minute dependence.
Zero.
Zero tolerance.
Don't even look for me.
No.
If me and you, they find another word.
Yes.
Wow.
Another word. Or you can do the same word, but at a different location.
Right.
But
okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so there are dynamics to this now. So if the company has different locations, then you can work in the same company, but not at the same location.
Yeah. We can do that. I just feel like we should not be in the same space where we both work together. Whether it could also be like, for example, a big company, so I may not see him in the day, but there are other things to like think about when it comes to like workplace relationship. For example, at nighttime, me go want to know all of the business. Me go want to know what I'm over for section of the hotel. And when me pass the people there, I go look at them and go, hey,
Definitely you can't go into it when you work.
I can't do that.
If that's what you're do, definitely.
But honestly, that would be difficult for me because like, you want walk up with your partner. Me know that me I gonna tell him everything where I go on over my side. Me not even itch. I won't even pretend. You know what I'm saying? Pillow talk. Let's go pillow talk as you're reaching.
Right, exactly. On the way
home. Right?
Oh boy.
But of course, like different workplaces have different policies. Now, this is only my personal interpretation that I say it's a no-no. But I mean, for example, at my workplace currently, it's that you can't. So, for example, the 3 relationships that I know of, you can date. However, when they got more serious, when it was engagement and them stuff and wedding, then each person moved on and no longer works at all for the company that I work for.
So not just one person, both left.
No, one of the couple them always leave. One person,
one
of the
partners. Right. One partner. Okay.
And then my company also have different locations. However, they chose to leave the company
together. Okay.
What are the policies that you've seen?
Well, you have some organizations that stuff like a known relationship, and then you have some I've seen where yes, you can be in a relationship as long as it's not a professional reporting relationship where it's not a boss and subordinate.
Okay.
And then you have some
so
companies.
Like the principal couldn't date the teacher.
Correct. Or the manager of the department can't date his subordinate or her subordinate. But then you have some companies who it's just a matter of once you're not in the same location, that's fine. You could be a manager and a subordinate, but you're just not once you're not reporting to the person.
Oh, okay.
But is it a yay or nay for me? I'm
Personally.
still. It depends. Honestly, it depends.
Where does it from?
All of those factors that I just mentioned. It's gonna sound a little subjective because you're going to say, well, go for the you stuff, go for the guy.
Yeah, right.
And you want to create a level playing field for everybody. And if there's a policy, there's a policy.
Right.
But if there's a policy in the organization, of course, I'm gonna be in support of whatever the policy says. But personally, I would not date somebody that I work with.
Whether it's a subordinate or.
Right, I would not.
Okay.
That's just me. But I don't necessarily have a problem with other people doing it. For me, I definitely don't think subordinate should be dating their superior.
Okay.
You should not be, you can't be reporting to somebody. And I'm also a little bit on the fence where generally a manager is line staff.
What are your concerns about that? Why?
I say confidentiality.
Oh.
That's a big thing. So you may not necessarily even work in, for example, HR, where you have a lot of confidential information, but there a whole lot of confidential information you go have access to as a manager. And so if you're dating a subordinate, you see, if you are principled and you know, say, you're absolutely going to uphold the confidentiality policy, fine. But once again, it's subjective. Everybody different.
And then also too, you have to think about what other workers are going to do. Even when you feel like you're principled and you're not talking nobody this, you're not showing any biases in terms of like you get the best shift and the shift you want to get those little sort of details. I feel like people are always gonna look at it like it's some kind of favoritism,
right?
Or because they net.
Right.
You know what I mean? Regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how principled you think you are.
People are always going to assume the worst.
Yeah.
And that's just how we are. It's sad, but that's just how people think.
I'm embracing. You see, all them mix up, you know, just listen to me.
No, what I do.
No, what I do.
But then on the flip side, you want to look at the perspective that if you have couples at your company, it's better for the individuals because maybe one car to come and work, less stress on the employee, you get more out of them because, I mean, they don't have to worry about, they need to get two cars because one go east, one go west, who go drop off the children, if there's an emergency and they need to leave work or whatever. You know, when you have both in one company, you kind of reduce the stress on their personal lives and you get more out of them. That's also something.
I've never looked at it from that perspective before, which is why it's wonderful to have an HR person right here. This is a big HR topic. But one of the couples that I'm aware of in my workplace, of course, it was a superior and subordinate relationship, which led to a marriage, which is beautiful now with a beautiful kid and everything. However, my only concern with that, especially like an education perspective, people always are going to side at like the trainings. If you get a promotion, no matter how hard you've worked for the promotion, if you get a promotion, they're going to say, well, because then they, or because they're dating, or, you know, some kind of something like that. But there's also a couple at my workplace right now that if you saw them in passing in the hallway, you could never tell.
Yeah, you see, if I'm reporting directly to you or you're reporting directly to me, I think that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
You can't, if you're working in two separate departments, even if it's in the same location, but two separate departments, I mean, everything is interlinked, but you're not reporting to me, I'm not doing your performance evaluation, I'm not going to give you your promotion or have to discipline you, even though, as a manager, if there's a subordinate or there's a team member who's doing something that is against the policy, regardless of whether that person is your immediate subordinate, you have a responsibility as a manager to uphold the policy of the company generally. So, but that's kind of way out in some respect, but definitely not if you are in the same department. That's a big no-no for me.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and then for me, it's also too, you know, how you talk about they're gonna drive to work in the same car, spend the day at work, see each other. Like, by
you want your space.
you want my space. I need space. Like, I'm that type of person who sometimes I just need to be myself. So I personally, I just see so many things that would not be suitable for myself doing something like that. But then also too, me always see, but even if they're in a two different departments, they can still link up in the day and might do things.
But that is a whole another breach of company policy because you're not supposed to do things like that.
You're not supposed to, but
at work.
I mean, hello.
Can you imagine
They should
somebody,
have no time.
I was about to say, I'll live like a rain drizzle. I'll live like a rain drizzle, all sort of things.
Right! They should not have any time. I'm just saying.
You want to say, where is this one? Oh, this one missing.
Right.
And then
And the one over there saw
missing too. Lower productivity. So on a serious note though, that also can be a negative of two people working in the same space,
place.
right? Productivity can lower because if you're going to be missing all the time because they must sneak out and go to things are
right,
you go have productivity issues.
Right.
Once again, unless they are principled individuals and know that okay, work is work and you can't and you separate work life from your personal life. Yeah, you do have people who do that because I've worked with persons who have been in relationships like married and it's like after seeing the names together, hold on, John Brown and Jane Brown, when they're related, and then somebody will say, they're married, and I'm like, what? Really? But you would never know because at work, it's strictly professional, and you'd never imagine that they will have something.
One of the couples at work now is like that, and they were hired together. I've never seen that before, but
package deal.
I've never seen that before, but is that the norm? Have you seen that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know of I know people will be hired at separate times, but not like the two of them coming to do an interview one time. And the two of them
coming and interview one time, but the two of them hired at the same time and the two of them work.
Yeah, I've seen where, like somebody will come and they do an interview and they probably get you and they say, hey, something. In this field and him look at work or she look at work or whatever, and they'll be granted an interview. Of course, it would be actually where I work now, there is a situation where an individual, both of them are experienced in the same field, right? The male is at the management level, and so he was hired at the management level. And then while he, after he got hired, he indicated that his spouse is also job hunting, and she's in the same field. And outright, I told him, absolutely not. We cannot even consider her because you are the manager of that department. So if she's hired, she'll be reporting to you. However, the person is multi-skilled and flexible, and so she interviewed for a different department, and she got through. And she came and she did her thing. So that's fine. But once, and she started merely maybe a month or two after he started.
Well, I think there's a lot of maturity that comes with something like that. And to say, trying to be principled. In order to not deal with any of those things, just know. Wait,
can you imagine? Maybe this is another topic. You can imagine if, on the same line, but if while they're at work or while they're working there, them having personal issues and broke up.
What?
I mix up that. Yes. A social problem. A problem because sometimes couples come to work at one place and man I watch the woman I watch the man And if the woman see the man talk to somebody
So and so.
irregular stuff, a problem, why they are upon her
Right.
and they
Oh
go
my
home
God.
and fight. Like, I know of those situations, and that's crazy. So you also have those risks that you're gonna run if you hire two people who are intimately involved, and then maybe they even bring their personal things to work, and people fight at work.
You see people that fight over people? Oh my God.
People fight at work.
Oh Lord.
Like
don't do
no,
that.
but it's like in a regular man and woman squabble, you know, like she a take fear man. Not necessarily an official relationship.
Oh.
Like boyfriend and girlfriend thing, and then, you know, men will explore.
Yes.
And the girl, it just happens that the two girls then buck up and realize that the same man.
Oh,
Same,
and they fought
same
each
man,
other?
Same man. You're right.
Oh,
yeah.
and they fought each other?
Over the man. Right.
Oh.
Right.
Girls, we don't do that. Ladies, we don't do that.
Ladies don't do that.
Ladies do not do that.
Right. So I mean, it's quite a dynamic situation, and it really depends on the culture of the organization, the type of organization. Some companies outrightly no. Some are a little bit more flexible and will allow it, but with, you know, guidelines as to how you can operate if you are in a relationship with a coworker.
Gotcha. Oh, nice. Well, I still say no, and just not doing it avoids all of these complications.
Right.
If you feel a little feelings, take away yourself.
Suppose you don't go there together as a couple, but you're there at work now, and you meet somebody, and just develop a banner relationship, and then they turn into something.
Yeah.
What happened there, so?
Right.
There are policies with that as well. Like if you become involved with someone,
definitely
you declare it.
You
declare it.
I think I've seen that
not necessarily
too. One of my previous
girlfriend thing, but like if you're in a serious relationship, comes a relationship where you start living together, or engage, or it's important to declare it. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Anyways. Always good chatting with you guys. What do you guys say? Is that a yay or a nay for you?
I'd love to see these comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of problem do you think would come up if you had a relationship at work? Or what could also be the positives?
Right. Exactly.
Because there's always two sides to the coin. So what do y'all think?
And since we're talking about it, I'm sure y'all have some experiences and know of situations of the little mix up things that go on. Let's know in the comments as well. Talk the things them, man. Talk the things them.
We want to hear. I was an ear filled with business.
Right.
We want to hear your business. So anyways, remember to like, share, subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Then leave a comment.
Yes.
Many comments.
Yes.
Keep them coming in. Look out for the next video when it drops. It's always great talking to you. And our proverbs for today is?
All fast, take easy for catch.
Watch yourself.
Watch yourself. One little breeze blow and then catch.
Watch yourself. So anyways, in the words of Kadeem.
What good?
One love, big up yourself.